Oh no. What, do you think I'm going to make this easy on you?
Oh.
Don't empower him.
Once upon a time, as all stories go, there was a band of miscreants who came into the land of England. Now see, they were miscreants back home, but what they didn't have the sole luxury or misfortune of was that nobody knew who they were. No, this was a good thing because they decided to reinvent themselves. The lovely young lady of the band of miscreants decided that she would be a horse trainer. Indeed, she was the finest horse trainer in all of England and France and Scotland. And yes, see, the way she trained was unique to all. Perfect, see, exactly, she's got a horse. And she promised that not only would the king's horses be the best trained in all the land, they would also be the shiniest. Now, see, the youngest of this group also as well, I don't know which of you is actually the youngest, I'm just, so the baby brother of the group decided that he would reinvent himself as a royal guard, the greatest guard anyone had ever seen. He was fierce. They're at my mercy. I'm being nice and sweet to them. He was going to be the greatest royal guard they'd ever seen. I mean, this was England after all. Beer is a good thing. Now, of course, the middle brother decided that he was going to reinvent himself. He wasn't going to go too far away. He was going to reinvent himself. As the head chef. Because you see, you don't understand. He had a thing with spices. He absolutely loved them. He was allergic to everything. But he absolutely loved them. And of course, the eldest brother who thought he was quite close to retirement. He was just ready to just fall asleep. He pretended he was a wizard. You must need a bigger hat for that. So indeed, we have the horse trainer, we have the royal guard, we have the cook, and the wizard. Now, nobody knew that these people knew each other. So indeed, they decided to meet in secret every night at the local pub, hide in the corners, and discuss their plans. And one day, they finally were caught all together. But in truth, the person that caught them, it was just a Nini. I mean, they just... And you know, the thing about musicians, I love them, especially storytelling musicians, you might be able to be bribed a little bit. So at this point, the horse trainer decides that she is going to make sure that they don't talk by giving them the greatest riding lesson of their life. So the royal guard allows them to sneak in after hours on the palace grounds. The royal chef is away, cooking, hoping for the greatest dinner of his life, because he knows if they get caught, he's going to have a lot of explaining to do. And of course the wizard, well, he already had a lot of explaining to do. You see, he'd managed to send something into an explosion in the dungeon, and he wasn't quite sure, but he thought it was growing and it might be alive. I didn't know rats got that big. So indeed, the horse trainer brings Nini in. And they're having their fun. Oh, absolutely, come and... I get more people at my mercy. And she brings them in and they begin to pick out the horse for their lovely trail ride. And there's a beautiful white stallion. And of course, Winifred knows that that must be the one that she has to ride. Because a beautiful woman should be able to top a beautiful horse. She climbs aboard. And the beautiful horse begins to whinny a bit. Horse trainer, can you whinny for me? Unfortunately, the horse trainer, well, she'd kept to one promise, but she'd made them shiny. She just hadn't made them so, well behaved. And as soon as Winifred climbed on top of the horse, she looked an absolute vision! And the horse began to take off. Oh, no, not the poor musicians, no, and we knew. Oh, the royal guard knew he had to do something to save her, so he ran to the nearest cook brother. Said, we need horse treats.
Horse treats? Better than horse berries. Hi.
So they began to prepare whatever they could, and lots of things went poof and hard. I began to wonder if indeed one of them should have been the wizard instead. But finally the royal guard decides to run back out to the field. And of course, the poor horse is going, oh no! And he stops it with an apple. Oh, unfortunately, at this point, all the commotion has brought in not just the one royal guard of the miscreants. No, all the royal guard catch their eye. Indeed, there's a bit of a red gathering around, and they see. Now, the nice thing is, who could ever do anything bad to this face? And Anini gets away scot-free. They're wonderful, and in fact, they live to tell more tales. As a matter of fact, they're invited to the royal ball the next day. It's not their fault that the miscreants. So indeed, finally, the two are implicated, but not the cook brother, and not the wizard. The poor royal drunkard gets told he has to sing for his supper, if you will. Sing for us. Just la la la.
Come sing your song, Lily the Pink.
La 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 la.
What do you think, Your Majesty? All right. Well, okay, you get to keep your head, but you do have to eat the cook's cooking for a week, so you live.
That's not living.
I try. I'm trying to save him. And the horse trainer, well, see, she had at least made the horses all shiny and pretty, and unfortunately, she got demoted to stable boy. Oh. Now, the other two were not discovered yet. We've got the wizard and the cook, and they were still scheming up. But something was going awry. Something was bound to go awry. Oh, no. The cook brother got a hold of one of Marjorie's sheep and thought it would be beautiful. That's what you get for calling me short. And he decided it was time for a great mutton with mint jelly. The problem was he didn't quite know mint from, well, anything else. The king took one bite and it was so delicious he decided to take another bite. And another, and before we knew it, whew, the king was quite enjoying the musicians at that ball. It was a very special mutton. Now the queen caught on because she had quite the keen eye and was very intelligent and beautiful and gracious and wonderful. And of course, I'm not dragging her through the mud at all because she's wonderful and I want to keep my head. We know who the real power is. Indeed! So she catches on and she realizes that the cook has made a mistake. She storms into the royal kitchen and demands to see the cook who has procured this mint jelly. Oh, ho, ho. Oh, you're most gracious. Oh no. So she's left to decide his fate. What say you, good queen? Maybe he has to eat his own food for a week. Oh, and of course, the queen is satisfied that he won't cause any further mischief. But as she begins to leave the kitchens, she runs into the wizard. Oh, no, the wizard is so happy to see her. He wants to tell her a beautiful joke, and he can only come up with the best joke of his life. Do you want to come up with one?
Your Majesty, did you hear the one about the 2 holes in the ground? Well. Help me out here!
And unfortunately, at this point, the poor wizard brother was discovered as not a wizard, but a jester, and forced to wear the motley colors.
I don't know how to act like that.
And sure enough, all 4 miscreants were seen for what they were. Ne'er-do-wells, troublemakers, giant goofs, really, in truth. And they became the Motleys we know and love today. It's all off the top of my head. Thank you for bearing with me on that.
That was very good improvisation.
For the Motleys all, for putting up with me.